it was very interesting for me, because why couldn't he stop him or knock him down? He looked terrible. He looks terrible. He must get the knockout. If he has so much energy, so much power by choosing to stand between rounds, then show me in the next round. After the first round, you stand between rounds to show off, then stop him in the second round. This was to show muscle, maybe for girls. Triple G statement. SR93 Boxing. Back with another video. Don't forget to subscribe. And I'll be going hard. I'll be going harder than I thought I would in the summer. Now, Triple G is hating, straight hating. Let me tell you what I mean. All he's been doing is talking shit. His whole career, right? 80% of his career has been made. Actually, no, about 60% of his career has been made from talking. No, 50%. I'll say 50% has been. I'm being fair. I'm being nice with Triple G. 50% of his career has been made by saying shit to hype himself up and saying shit to put others down. Triple G, when I say saying shit, a lot of times saying some bullshit. And the other times he's been hyping himself up by fighting bums. Sometimes he hasn't worked out well. I mean, Kell Brook's not a bum, but it's a cherry pick. You fought a guy 2 weight divisions above. You talking about Canelo not looking impressive, but you're looking worse? Shit, this welterweight hit you with an uppercut and both of your feet was off the ground. Bum fighter. He's supposed to knock out Danny Jacobs, right? This guy with the so-called glass chin. Why didn't he knock him out? He didn't look too impressive there. To be honest, I felt like the other guy looked more impressive than you. Danny Jacobs, I felt like, won the fight. It was a close fight. But Triple G didn't look like shit in that fight. And Triple G's a good fighter, man. He's a good fighter, but he talks a bunch of shit, man. Remember when his team said, anywhere from 154 to 168, I'll fight. And Canelo then said, okay, I'm at 155, come face me. Canelo was the one that initially called him to fight. And Triple G's like, at 155 that is, and Triple G's like, no, it's only for Floyd. I mean, that's bullshit. That's how you know it's bullshit. If he really wanted for Floyd, he would have just said, I would go to 154 for Floyd. He just said anywhere from 154 to 168. So Canelo's not a big enough name or a big enough reward if you beat him for you to fight him at 155. Floyd is, obviously Floyd would be. But who's at 168, right? That you mentioned 168? You got a shitty resume anyway, with a few decent names. So why didn't Triple G go and make some compromises? When Floyd Mayweather was the B-side against De La Hoya, he was making compromises. De La Hoya was able to pick the gloves that he want, and he was able to pick the gloves that Floyd wants. I mean, from what I can remember, De La Hoya was paying Floyd whatever De La Hoya wanted to pay him. De La Hoya picked the weight class that De La Hoya wanted to fight in, and Floyd obliged to De La Hoya's demands. We talk about Floyd being the A-side. He did oblige to the demands of the A-side. He listened. He didn't complain, moan, nothing. We're talking about Floyd being too much of the A-side, bragging about the A-side. At the same time, when Floyd was the B-side, we didn't see him complain. And he had a better resume than Triple G when Floyd Mayweather was going into the De La Hoya fight. Triple G sitting there, meanwhile, with his shitty-ass resume, demanding shit from Canelo like he's someone. And I think there's a rematch clause for Canelo and not for Triple G, just like Triple G doesn't deserve one. Canelo didn't, here's the thing, he's trying to say that Canelo should have got a knockout. But then, Chavez is a big guy. I mean, Chavez isn't really shit, to be honest, let's be real, but Chavez is a tough guy, and Canelo's been moving up from 155 all the way to 164.5. Super middleweight, damn near. And he couldn't get the knockout, because Chavez was covering his fucking face and shit. There's certain fighters, you have to understand, right? Certain fighters need you to open up for them to counter you and hurt you. And Chavez wasn't. And if Triple G gets confidence by looking at that, right? He gets confidence from looking at that shit. And then he thinks he's going to go in there and knock Canelo out. And Canelo won't do shit to him just because he didn't do shit to Chavez. Triple G's going to throw punches and he's going to get caught with some hard uppercuts. Some hard-ass uppercuts. Chavez was moving backwards at times. But Triple G don't know how to move backwards. He's got to keep moving forward and then right hands. Then right hands through the guard. Left uppercuts, right uppercuts. All kinds of shit. Triple G's going to get hit with the quick kitchen sink. He's talking about all this shit. You know, this is the first time Triple G started talking shit. I guess he's pissed. I guess he's feeling like, oh shit, my time's coming. And he wants to make the most amount of his retirement payday. Make the fight big. It's the first time we've seen Triple G talk mad shit. He's talking some mad shit. Considering that this guy hasn't got a half a resume of Canelo, he's talking mad shit. But he couldn't say shit to Canelo's face. You know, you see when the Chavez fight ended and then Canelo called out Triple G. That WWE moment, Chavez came in and then Golovkin came in. Golovkin is like, it's good performance, but whatever. Me and him, different story. You weren't saying shit then. Canelo was actually dogging you right there. Canelo was taking the piss out of Triple G. Like, Triple G deserves it though. You're talking about good luck. Luck is for the mediocre. Canelo's right, man. And Triple G will need a lot of luck. Still won't be enough, man. This guy was criticizing Canelo for fighting Amir Khan. Oh, you fight a welterweight too small. But then you brought Kell Brook up. Kell Brook never did shit apart from fight Sean Porter. His resume is just like yours. Only a welterweight. I mean, actually, his resume, he has fought an A-level fighter, but with the exception of that anomaly, he fought bums. Let's be real. At least Canelo fought a guy that most people in the boxing world know. Most people know, full stop. Triple G, man. Fucking bullshit. He didn't want to fight no Andre Ward. Didn't want to fight no fucking Erislan Lara. Didn't want to fight no one, man. Been living off his... You know, he's been fighting these lower level oppositions, looking good against them. Adrian Broner was looking good against these lower level opposition, but as soon as he stepped up, guess what? The hype was gone. Maidana beat him. Maidana's a good fighter though. But guess what? Hype was gone. Triple G's not the baddest man on the planet, like some people tell me. Like, I had people telling me in real life Triple G's the baddest man on the planet, but how? At one point before the Danny Jacobs fight, and he was 33 by the way, so it's not like he's a new fighter. The best fighter he fought was a welterweight not named Floyd Mayweather Jr. What kind of bullshit is that? And you know, IFL TV actually asked him about this, and he couldn't say fucking shit. Trying to make Canelo look like as if he's ducking, cherry picking and shit, but his time is coming, man. His time is coming. Canelo can do more things in the ring than Triple G. Think about that, right? Triple G is a good fighter, but what can he do? He can cut the ring up pretty well. That's one. He has a good jab. He has pretty decent punch variety. He's got good punch variety, right? And he can take a good shot. He's got power. Probably these 5 things. Canelo, he can do more variety of things. He's got power. He's got speed over Triple G. He's got footwork over Triple G. He's got foot speed over Triple G. He's got timing way over Triple G. He can fight on the back foot, fight on the front foot. He can move better. He can do pretty much everything better. His defense is better. Just better overall skills, experience, fucking everything, man. And Triple G's punch combinations are good. Canelo's punch combinations are ridiculous. His feinting game is superb. His time is coming, man, I think. I mean, they're both good fighters. Triple G don't want to fall into anyone's demands, even though when he's the fucking B-side. But his time is coming, man. His time is coming. He saved this fight. He didn't want to fight Canelo anyway. Trying to avoid that $15 million rather. $15 million fight. But you take $5 million against fucking Kell Brook. And... not to mention, you came to the UK to fight Kell Brook, right? You know, here in the UK, 50% tax. In America, it's 40%. You rejected that. So it's more money than we even thought. Fucking overhype. Like, this guy's a hype job straight. Triple G has to be one of the biggest hype jobs in boxing. 93 Boxing, I'm out. Don't forget to subscribe for more content.